Good morning, South Mississippi. I am heading out to chase some triggerfish. Gray triggerfish opened up in the Gulf of Mexico and Mississippi waters, so we're going to go out, see if we can catch one. It's going to be 15 inches in Mississippi, so we're going to see if we can get one pretty quick and head over to the triple rigs. I don't know if you can see that out there, to maybe see if we can find some mangroves. It'll be a good day. It's a little choppy out here. I don't know if the camera's picking up. It's probably 2-foot chop, but we're gonna have a good time. See you out there. We're heading to FH13. We're gonna get right in the center of it and see if we can just get on a structure real fast. As you can see, the waves are pretty choppy. Wind's blowing out of the southwest. That way the tide is going out, which, you know, always kind of churns up the water. Hopefully we'll get some calmer seas as we come down, but we'll have a good time. As you can see, all these black dots represent artificial reefs. The good thing about Mississippi DMR and also Alabama, they've done a great job of marking artificial reefs. So you can kind of see if you're new to the area or have a big boat that you have an opportunity to get out and beyond the barrier islands here. You can download, go to the Mississippi DMR's website, download their offshore reef maps, easily insert them into your fish finder, and they will pop up here. As you can see, this is over here is Alabama. Alabama offers the same thing. So go to their websites. Like I said, load your fish finder. You're gonna have the greatest opportunity to catch fish at these reefs. Now, you do run into a problem of potential overfishing, where, you know, I really think it's more of these fish get targeted over the, you know, over snapper season, and they kind of turn off to normal jigs and dead bait and whatnot, and they go kind of to their natural diet. But anyway, we are going, as you can see, this is FH13 here. We are going to go somewhat in the center of it to a shrimp boat here and see if we can see some things on down imaging. May use the live scope today. I don't know. Like I said, it's warming up. It's really hot. Yesterday got to, I think, 98 degrees with, you know, 70-80% humidity. I would imagine today is going to be just as bad. There's about a 40% chance of rain, so hopefully we can get in, get out fairly quickly. After we hit the shrimp boat, we're gonna head over to the triple rigs, drop some pogies, cut pogies down on the structure itself, see if we can entice some mangrove snappers to come up, and see if we can get tied on the line there as well. So see you out there. I'll be using a chicken rig to start off. Called chicken rig, high-low. I'm sure there's other variants on it, but basically your hook is suspended and your weight is at the bottom, and you can lift it up the water column. But once again, we're going after triggerfish today, so we're going to sit mainly on the bottom. Triggerfish are really aggressive fish, so you have to have a smaller hook because they have a smaller mouth. If I can get one up, I'll show you. Pretty unique fish. Probably one of the best reef fish as far as taste quality goes, in my opinion, but there's lots of opinions out there. So I'll be using cut squid today. This is really nasty, especially if you have like some kind of sea deck coating on your boat. The ink, the blood, and squid, I don't know, it stains it pretty good. So I carry a bucket with me, and I will actually process the squid inside the bucket here. So this is basically to set up the chicken rig. So you got a bank sinker at the bottom. I'm using a 6-ounce today and 2 4-aught circle hooks. And we're about to drop down. And I'm using a Penn Fathom 4. It's probably too much for what I'm doing. Just a cheap rod. It's a Billfish or live bait series. It does the job. Tuna on this thing, bull reds, so triggerfish shouldn't be that big of a deal. Anyway, I'm starting to get a bite here. The key with circle hooks is you don't want to set the hook. You just want to kind of reel into it. Small bumps here. So reeled up, first drop, as you can see, bait thieves down there. So we'll put some more on and drop it back down. Hit on the way down here, see what this is. All right, well, second drop, small trigger. This is definitely too small. They got to be 15 inches in the state of Mississippi. I can get him off. So triggerfish, very unique. Skin is like leather, very tough. You can see their mouths, but I would say somewhat similar to a sheep's head. Maybe not quite as ugly. My guess he's probably 12, 13 inches. We'll measure him just for grins. No, not even close. So triggerfish are from the mouth to the fork, and you can see he's about 11 3/4, so we'll let him go. Triggerfish really love squid. I don't know what it is, but they just can't get enough of it. Squid is very similar to shrimp, you know, everything eats it. Well, the good thing also compared to shrimp, very tough meat, so and it'll stay on a little bit longer. Now, I like to wrap it a few times on the hook. This gives a little bit more camouflage, stay on a little bit better, I think. So drop 3. Looks like these triggerfish are in shallow water, so I was thinking they were going to be on the bottom, but they are definitely higher in the column. Jeez. As I mentioned, they're very aggressive fish, as you can see. Cut some more bait here. You don't have to make these chunks very big with triggerfish. Like I said, they're more of a scavenger type of fish, so they're gonna eat just about anything that they think is edible to them. Like I said, they have smaller mouths, so I'm gonna match the bait to their preference in food and what they can consume. However, I've seen triggerfish go after fast jigs, 100 and slow pitch jigs, fast pitch jigs. Didn't bring very much squid. I've got a flat of pogies. Jeez. So very similar to sheep's head, they will steal your bait in no time flat. I think I'm going to switch to a smaller hook. I've got a 4/0 on there now. See if I can switch to 3/0. See if I can get some hookups. All right, fish on. Feels like a snapper. I don't know, it's circling like a trigger. Yeah, it's a trigger. So you can see here that triggers, like, they squish their teeth together, make that noise. It's a little bit bigger fish, not much bigger. I would say maybe 13. We'll measure him just to be certain. You've probably seen a million videos on this, but I'll show you again. Triggerfish, they get their name trigger because this dorsal fin, you cannot push it down. They'll jam themselves in rocks. Also keep predator fish from eating them by holding this thing up. But if you pull this down, it'll immediately release that. About 12 and a half. As you can see, I cut my knee on this live scope mount. I'll be all right. Now there is a substance called Vibrio, flesh-eating disease in the Gulf of Mexico. Actually, honestly, in every body of water. If you have some immune issues, like autoimmune disease, it's probably best not to come on the water when you are have open wounds. Vibrio more present in the summer months. It's a bacteria that stays on the bottom of the ocean floor. I think God created it to consume crude oil and whatnot. It does an amazing job at that. You know, there's natural oil oozing from the ocean floor, you know, since the beginning. I don't know if the beginning of time, but for a long time. And Vibrio, as God designed, you know, every organism has a purpose on the earth. And I think Vibrio is to be the liver of the ocean. All right, another fish on. It's like another smaller trigger. Oh, the endangered red snapper. These things have amazingly sharp gill plates, so you have to really be careful. Bye-bye, buddy. I don't have a ton of time today, or I would scoot around. Like I said, fishing in the summertime, you don't have a ton of opportunities because it gets so dang hot getting a bite here. Like I said, I'm gonna run over to this rig after consume most all of our squid here, and we are going through it quickly. Seems right underneath me is full of tiny triggerfish, so I'm trying to throw away from them a little bit. My hands are filthy. It's just that squid juice. It's gonna be my last drop here, and I'm gonna move to the rigs. And just like that. See, we're heading to the shipwreck. What I'm doing here is just chumming the water a little bit. I'm creating some chunks for bait, and also chumming the water where I'm going to fish. I'm going to fish around the structure. I'm trying to get the mangrove to come up out of the structure and feed. These are Dexter scissors. They do a really great job. Just got them recently. Wayne Lee's in Pascagoula. Sharp so far. I don't know how well they hold up, but they are made by Dexter, so I'm sure they're probably pretty decent. As you can see here, I got a mess on my knee, but we're gonna power through it. All right, I'm at the triple rigs. went to the other side. The current is going that way. Actually, it's going probably southeast, maybe south-southeast direction. So I'm trying to use my bait to drift into the structure here. You guys having luck?
We can see it down here.
Caught the smallest Jack Crevalle I've ever seen in my life. I'm at Round Island. No, this is a white trout. Round Island has rocks that surround it, keep hurricanes and whatnot from tearing the island up. This used to be where the lighthouse, right on that peninsula right there, was where the Pascagoula lighthouse was. I am truly blessed to live on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. You know, if you have the ability to get up and move, or you're looking to get out of where you're at, you know, I can tell you, I don't know if there's a better place to live. Just look at this beauty that we get to enjoy, some people every day. For me, on the weekend. Well, made it back. You know, such an amazing day. I was worried that it was going to be a bumpy ride all day, but it turned out like smooth as glass towards the end of the day. As I mentioned on the introduction of this video, I was really targeting triggerfish today, to which I caught a couple triggerfish. Didn't catch, you know, ones that was big enough to keep. Honestly, I probably wasn't going to keep them anyway. Caught a red snapper, several, you know, white trout, a croaker, and the smallest Jack Crevalle I've ever seen. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Till next time.